So today we are going to be diving into wireless power and getting what we set up last episode set up, which is the laser drill. Oh, it's going to be so nice to be able to get ancient debris like on demand. We're going to literally be farming this out of nothingness, but we first need to definitely take our power and make sure we can get it from here, which is in the overworld. And we need to be able to transfer the power that's being generated here and get that to the Nether. So to do that, there's a couple different mods. We can go the power route, which I'm kind of going to save for later, which we could do, which definitely has a wireless power available into it. Or I think going Flux Networks is going to be the way to go. Now, to do Flux Networks, we need access to the bottom of the world. And so here we are. Now, Flux Networks, the reason we need to go down here is because we need to make flux dust. And the first way that we can generate flux dust is by using obsidian, crushing some redstone dust, and we're going to need bedrock, at least to get started, because later on we can of course make another block that allows us to do this. So let's go ahead and place here our obsidian, and then right here I'm going to lay down all of this as quick as I can, and of course it's going to all come back to me because I have a magnet on. Let's actually grab our magnet. Actually, do I have a magnet? Yeah, I do. Let's turn this off. Hit the V. There we go. And then, yeah, place this all back, step away, and then punch this. Not left click. Sorry, not right click. We punch it. When we punch it, we get all of this back, and we lose our obsidian. So, yeah, we shouldn't have to use this method anymore because we can actually make a solid block of this material. As you can see right here, we can make a flux block. And this will actually allow us to do the same thing in place of that bedrock. So now this is the point where everything just sort of adds up, right? So we've had our mob farm running. That's been making ender pearls for the longest time. We have our blaze farm. That's been making blaze for a while. I mean, everything is just sort of lined up. And now we can literally make all of this stuff, which I consider Flux Networks a pretty high tier mod. It is definitely a powerful mod for it being nice and compact. But it's going to require Eyes of Ender, which are going to require Blaze and Ender Pearls, which are all the things that we have an abundance of. So now making all of this is going to be quite simple. I think the only problem, is Obsidian. So let's make quite a few Eyes of Ender. And the thing that I really want, we need a Flux controller, which is incredibly powerful in itself. We need a plug. And we're going to need 4 points, at least 4 points to power this ore laser drill. Now, to be fair, the current output of our power is probably not going to be enough for this. I think we need at least 100 RF per laser drill. So we're going to need over 400 RF per tick being generated. Can the magmatic dynamos do that? Absolutely. Absolutely 100% they can. We just need to get these things upgraded into full. And also get their augments in them. There's actually some nice augments we can put in there that we get these things producing well over 700 RF per tick each. So ore laser base, let's go ahead and get our power hooked up. So a flux plug is how we're going to create our network. And so all we got to do is place it down. And this might be the confusing part with this, but we're going to create a new network. I'm going to set this to public. If you're playing on a server, you can set it to encrypted. This will just make it easier for you guys if you want to download this world later on. And I'm going to change this to main. I always just name it main for now, because later on I might have 2 different networks. A network where power is being put into a system, into like a battery or a storage. And then we have another network that is basically pulling out of that battery. That's how you do like a sub battery. But right now we're just going to have one network, and that's it. So pretty easy, and then you can go ahead and select. I'm going to go with red for right now, actually green for right now, and go ahead and create it. And it's pretty simple. After you've created it, you just need to select it. Super easy. So there we go. We have power that is technically hooked to this, even though it has nowhere for it to go. Now these flux points, these are how we're actually going to power our machines. And just for example, I can set this back up, and we can go ahead and just sort of try and power this for right now. We'll do like a trial run in the overworld. Of course, it's going to be going in the Nether, but right now we can put this here and here and here. And I'm going to make another tool. It is going to be called the configurator. Actually, I guess I can't. So there we go. I definitely will be able to make this. I had to go mine up some more obsidian real quick. Eventually, we're going to have obsidian on tap, so that's going to be really nice. But let's get back to Flux. I was going to make this, right? So the configurator is really, really handy and is definitely worth making because once we get our first point configured by selecting main, and if we change any of these settings, we can go ahead and just with this, control and right click on it, and it is going to copy. And then all we have to do is just right click on all of these to paste the power output. And so what we should see is power going into this. Unfortunately, there's not enough power because we're not generating enough, but the power should be going into here. And as you can see, it is running some processes. So I'm going to go ahead and boost the speed on these. Of course, we're probably also going to need upgrades in here so that way it can transfer enough power, because it looks like at the moment it can only transfer 256 RF per tick on each connection, but these are definitely not generating that much, only 80 a piece. So with that, get some upgrades and let's get this bad boy chunk loaded and in the nether. So I have just about everything I need to get these dynamos upgraded, and this is going to be a big boost. We need to basically put 3 auxiliary reaction chamber upgrades inside of there, or augments. We should be able to make this. So there's gonna be 3 apiece. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that should be everything we need. And so let's go ahead and do this. Oh boy, this is gonna make these dynamos. Let's just go ahead and put it in the first one. We'll just see. 1, 2, 3. And this thing is now gonna be producing, with these upgrades, 640, yeah, RF. That's quite significant for a single upgrade. And there you go. It's making some interesting noises. But as you can see, now all that lava spilling in, I'm assuming that this is able to keep up. Yeah, the pipes are even able to keep up with the basic upgrade back there, but it definitely is. And we probably need to upgrade the output here on each of these and at least get an iron into those as well. Otherwise, I don't see this sharing the power enough. So yes, these power upgrades are going to be perfect. These are going to support 1000 RF each. So that is going to be more than enough to support each dynamo, as they're only producing 600 apiece. But it does, yeah, it's definitely better than the base, which was only like 256. So it may not look like it's connected, but this is actually connected. And now it's time to make sure, for one, this is chunk loaded. So we go here and we check and make sure there's a slash lines. You can also give yourself more chunks if you absolutely want to. Honestly, that's not a limitation of the game. It's just a limitation of a config. This could also chunk load. I don't know. You'd have to probably enable this in the config as well. It's disabled, I believe, just for servers. But yeah, so I need to head into the nether, and it really doesn't matter where we put this. Oh, that reminds me, there is one thing I should probably make before we head off. And that is, I should probably make a lens, right? I should definitely do this. So at the moment it has pink slime. We need to grab our tanks. So I'll grab my tank of pink slime. I believe I will be pulling out of what's in there. Yes. Okay. And then we do have one that is filled with latex. So I will grab that. And then that should have placed latex in. Perfect. And so it's 4 pieces of glass pane and then a piece of brown dye. And then this is going to make us a lens. Now this lens is going to give us just a little bit of a better chance of finding ancient debris. So it's going to kind of make it focus. So you can see its biomes right here. We can put it in a nether waste, basalt, warp forest, crimson forest, or soul sand valley. Any of these are going to work. And then it tells you kind of where you want to place this. So definitely, I'm going to probably set it to about Y level 15 when we place down this machine. We'll talk about that in a second. But that's going to be where we're mining this all out. I'm also going to need probably an item pipe and some sort of larger storage as well. So definitely going to get myself an item pipe, wrench, and somewhere to store the ore we're going to be generating. Now, one other amazing thing before we head out, and that is the controller. So I didn't make a Flux controller for all of this stuff. And the cool part about this is all we have to do is just make sure it's linked to our network right here. And then we go over to the wireless charging section and we can select the slots that we want it to automatically charge items, enable wireless charging, and hit apply. And what this is going to do is it's going to literally charge everything that's in our inventory and keep it nice and charged up for us. And that includes cross-dimensionally as well. It's an incredibly powerful thing. So my drill should just always maintain full charge because this thing is charging it. Now, I wasn't quite sure how this was going to work being in another biome that wasn't considered on the whitelist. Like, for example, over here, this is actually a different biome and is not actually a warped forest. So I want to make sure that I'm going to be in the warped forest. So right here is a warped forest biome that I had to travel a little ways to get to, but this should hopefully work. So let's go ahead and get this placed in. So right here, this is the laser base, and we'll get these bad boys placed. And we can place them right next to this as well, I believe, if you absolutely wanted to. And then I'm gonna go ahead and place all of these. This will get the power traveled here. And then we're going to have to hook in an ender chest. I figured an ender chest was going to be the easiest way to get the items routed back to the overworld. So the item piped there. Put this in. Also, we can put our brown laser lens. And then we need to drop this all the way down. All the way down to about 15, I think is going to be the number. So I think 15 is a great number. And as you can see, this processing bar is going to fully fill up. And then it is going to focus on mining ore. Now, it's not always just going to mine the one specific thing that we have listed. No, it's actually going to mine whatever ore is considered in the Nether list. And it may even pull overworld ore. I'm not quite sure. But it at least give it a chance to mine some of the actual ancient debris that we're going to need. It's going to be way better than us manually mining. As you can see, the process is going up. Up, and there we go. We got coal ore, and it was transferred right into here. Good part is I'm going to be able to use this to transfer it into something else. But to keep this running, I am going to need, of course, I put it on a split. I'm going to have to chunk load these two chunks. It looks like a good way to test is by standing here. Yep. And with these chunk loaded, it should run even while we're doing other things in the overworld. Of course, at the moment, it is in its slowest state, and you can upgrade this with more of the laser drills, and you can also upgrade it with actual upgrades that will increase the processing speed. That is something we're going to eventually work on, because, of course, I want this thing going fast, and I do want more than just this one. I would like to have one in the overworld as well, if at all possible, to be able to sort of mine whatever we need. Look at that, just mined up some raw iron. Yeah, all kinds of goodies should be coming out of this. Take a look at that. We have ancient debris built up in here, and look at all the other stuff we're getting, like glowstone and things like that we don't have to spend time doing in the Nether, and also ruby ore, which I don't think we're going to have any use for. But anyways, while this is running, I do want to do a few things. I want to go adventuring. Now, I did see something on the map. There is something not too far from me that apparently I uncovered whenever I was hunting for chickens. And it seems to be some sort of ship, but man, it looks really cool. I want to go and see what this is all about. This could be a really cool adventure. And I think it is time to grab out our fantastic broom, because this thing looks pretty high up. And I guarantee we're going to need some flight. Oh boy, I see it. It is right up here, and it looks like it's got tons of useful materials. I believe that is yeah, that is some of the mushroom material that is in the Nether, right? The lanterns? Yeah. And a bunch of wool. Okay. And spawners. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, don't break this. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. We've got a bail. We've got a bail. That will make its way to the ground. We've got a bail. Oh no, no. I gotta use my skills. Thankfully I have dash available, so I should be relatively fine. These guys are taking a load of damage though. Or I'm taking a load of damage, not them. Okay. This is not good. Not good. Not good at all. These need to be broken. Oh boy. Maybe I can get them to die? Keep hitting the wrong button. And this guy. Okay. Well, thankfully, it's just their arrows that are hitting me. And this cold snap should do a pretty good job of taking care of these guys. Very nice. So that's that out of the way. Oh boy, this was a mess to get into. Oh, will that actually hit these guys? They have like gold armor here. And it looks like they're wearing spawners on their head. Okay, so that guy's dead. Ooh, if we can kill those guys while they're off to the side in the air. Because I've got to get back up here. And I've got to pick this up. There we go. Okay. Now I think we're going to be fine. Now we're going to be fine. We just got to get in here. Make sure to break these. And make sure our spells are set up. There we go. There we go. Look at that. I wonder how good the loot is here. It is meh. I mean, molten core is not bad. I'll take the iron. Whew. So much stuff to just grab and loot. You know what? Thank goodness for our fire resistance, because without that fire resistance, we would have been taking a ton of damage. A ton. Which we may still take. Oh boy. Oh boy. I was not expecting that. Oh wow. I mean, we're gonna have to take over this ship. That's what we're gonna have to do. Those things were giving me wither. Okay, I gotta get down here. Oh boy, rip the spawners. Spawners gotta go. At least we still get the cage from them. Whew, and I should be able to easily get rid of these guys from a distance. For what this was worth, this loot better be good. So this is the main loot on the ship. Okay. Ooh, there's nether wart on here. Ooh, condensed blood heart. You know what? Getting into evil craft probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Ooh. We also got a visitor over here. I think this is the electric one. Oh, it went and hid. Ow, but it just shocked me. All right. Ooh, a feeding upgrade. Oh wait, there can be like okay, a reliquary torch. I think that prevents mobs from like coming around. Very interesting. I will go back and collect all the loot. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was like, where's the mobs? And there's still one right here. This does a lot of damage. Such a good skill. All right, what's hidden in here? A void tier from reliquary. Actually, I mean, that's pretty nice because the void tier is not cheap. I almost wonder if we can find that the charged heart from the creeper. That'd be fantastic. And this looks like the heart of the engine of the ship. Yeah, this is what this looks like. The engine of the ship. Very cool looking. Has some redstone involved in it as well. You know, honestly, I feel kind of bad now. I honestly feel like I'm the pirate that just took over their ship. Yeah, I'm definitely the bad guy here. So me going on that mini adventure was sort of a hint to the whole reason why I wanted to set this thing up. And that is because of the structure compass. Yes, I know it's been kind of hidden and been sitting here in the inventory this whole time. Just looks like a normal compass, but I can tell you this thing is not a normal compass. And this is why I've been kind of just waiting and wanting to set up netherite instead of just farming it myself. I know farming 4 would have taken that long, but this thing is going to be phenomenal. It will let me basically search for any structure in the world, no matter what dimension, and it should, so long as the mod itself has the code implemented, it should tell me exactly where it's at in the world. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So if I wanted to find, for example, like a pyramid, which is the sand structure, I I could search for that and it'll take me right to it. If I wanted to find an end city, I could just search for that and it will take me right to it. We haven't even went to the end yet and we're about to have this thing. So I need to take this, right, and duplicate it because there is a method for duplicating it. What was it? It was one of these because we've already done it before. That was incredibly nice because it gave me, was it 2 of them? Yeah, it definitely gave me 2. And where's it at? The crafting recipe? Was it removed in an update? I've got to find it. Oh, yeah, it was the squeezer. The squeezer, yeah, it gives you a 75% chance. So I may have to wait a little bit to be able to get this thing, but that's the whole reason I'm after this. Like, this is pretty crazy. Oh, I got to break this. And this is pretty crazy, like that we're going to be getting to this very, very soon. With this smushed, pop it back. And where did it go? Is it in here? Did it just eat? No way. No, it put it in here. Oh, it only gave me 1 this go around. It ended up putting it into the inventory. There's 1, which is how much we would have gotten from it anyways. Come on, give me 2. Don't remember doing this last time. There's the 2. What an odd way to duplicate this. But yes, we're going to need a little bit more. This is the whole reason why I set this whole thing up in the first place, was because I really want to make this thing. And there's actually several different uses for this. Like, don't get me wrong, we're going to need this way quicker soon. But yeah, I'm definitely after that structure compass. That thing is just ridiculous. And we have at least enough for 1. Now, as far as the upgrades go for the industrial foregoing to be able to speed the thing up, it's going to cost us some latex diamond, which is, I mean, we have tons of diamonds at the moment. And that's basically it. So we need this for every laser drill though. So it gets a little bit more expensive the more you go, but if you do them in like batches, it's not too bad. Like this right here, I mean, we can make the first set for the dissolution chamber itself to speed itself up, but other than that, shouldn't be too bad. I hope that after putting all of these upgrades in, that this is actually worth it. I know making more of these definitely speeds us up, but this should definitely get this thing jamming a little bit faster. Not quite sure how much power this consumes. It's a little hard to tell. I don't know if this is coming from my other processes or what. It looks like our total output on the network looks like we're outputting only about 1,000 RF or so, 800, somewhere in there. It's really hard to tell currently with it not being consistent, but the progress bar does go a little bit faster now, which is kind of nice. So I have one last thing that I would love to do before ending today's episode, and that is to grab some villagers. I've been meaning to do this for a little while, but what we're going to need is this. So we need to grab a industrial. Actually, there's several mods in here you can use to pick up mobs, but industrial does have the mob imprisonment tool, which is going to be pretty simple for going and picking up just a couple of villagers. Let's see. I actually could probably make more than 1. I'm going to need about 3 villagers or so. I think that should do us just fine. And we're going to use this specifically for like mending and a couple of other enchants. So hopefully I can just steal a couple of these, swamp villagers. Hopefully there'll be enough. Trying to avoid the one that's in the green robe. You don't really want that guy. I'm pretty sure that is a nitwit. Sorry, nitwit, bud. I'm so sorry. I don't even know why they put a different outfit on you and everything just to outcast you. Yeah, well, I also don't need you in my village. Yeah. Now these villagers should turn so long as I do them one at a time. I'm gonna place this guy here. And I know there's barrels around, but it should read this given a day or so. Hopefully they'll desync. If not, I can use something very special on them that should remove their like workstation if they had one linked before, and is just a small subset of tools that are like right here on the end after the furniture mod. There it is. So yeah, there's an item in here that will automatically pull that off of here. These are kind of some useful villager tools. So it didn't take very long, and this guy has already changed. However, it's not exactly what I want. So I've got to go through that process, you know, of breaking this bookshelf. Actually, it's probably better if I just use this. Breaking this and replacing the lecterns. Yep. Gonna be back and forth. Good old fashioned. I mean, for the second try, this actually was kind of nice. Not the cheapest emerald amount at all, but we can actually reduce this down a whole lot, which is really nice with those villager tools that I was mentioning. Yeah, mending. That's one I wanted. 100%. I should have emeralds laying around. Yep, and a book. And I think this is going to be a buy right here. Yeah, I'll buy this cheap first, and then let's see if we can't potentially get these a little cheaper. So this scroll, by the way, of hubris, this should make this butcher no longer a butcher. As you can see, unlearn complete. Hopefully it will repick this up. For some reason, this one hasn't relinked, and I'm wondering if I undo this, that one must be linked. They must be linked to the appropriate things. There it goes. Oh no, it linked to something else. Weird. I have no idea why it's not wanting to link. Unless I have to block these guys off. Villagers can be kind of finicky. At least I got the mending that I want. So let's try and lower this down. So I think there's also a hat I can potentially wear. That'll help lower, but this right here, villager guards. Let's see, upgrade defense. This is a barter with villagers to restock their trades. Imbue, let's see, absorbs dark inner energy, converting pillagers to town guards. That's actually kind of interesting. Okay, advances most trading professions. So this will just allow us to advance the trading profession. So like we could just go ahead and get it to its max tier. That's pretty cool. And I think that's it. Summoned Cursed Warriors. And this is, yeah, this is the zombie cure, which is kind of an easy recipe to make that. And so we could zombify it, but I'm pretty sure there is a hat I can wear. I think this is it. This is the villager hat from the artifacts mod. If only I could get my hands on the artifacts mod. Oh, it's going to take a little bit, but if I spend a bunch of time underground, we might be able to find another mimic, capture said mimic, and potentially have an infinite amount of mimics, giving us a pretty good supply of artifacts. Finally, though, I do have mending, which means that I can basically make this thing really overpowered, the broom. Yep, there we go. Put mending on that. And so now all I gotta do to repair, boop, and it is completely repaired. And wow, that had hardly any durability loss considering how far I traveled on it. So while I was working on that, of course, we had our machine upgraded. Let's take a look into how good the loot is. Oh boy, that's piling up quick. We already have 6 ancient debris. This storage is not going to last very long. We might need to upgrade this. And thankfully there are barrel upgrades. Yeah, definitely going to upgrade this with a barrel upgrade. And continue to monitor this, because this is... Wow, this is fantastic. This is generating tons of good stuff. Oh, by the way, earlier I figured out what I was missing. It was the induction smelter. That's how I was getting a guaranteed 2. Such a derp. I wasted some on the squeezer. So I did figure out, though, what I'm going to do for this. I'm going to set this here. I know I can't open it right now. Don't really need to open it, to be honest. We just need to place this here. And then, let's see. I'm pretty sure my pipes wrench in here. I just need to select that. And I'm just going to have everything that this generates just go over here. Because I don't have to worry about the ancient debris getting cooked up. Everything else, for the most part, should get pulverized. There's a few things that won't, but I think we'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and just toss all of this over there. And things like redstone dust and stuff, when this gets pulverized, it's just going to generate, more redstone. I think this will be a decent, automation process going on here. Well, guys, I know today's episode was kind of all over the place, but you know what? We actually got somewhere today, I feel like. We have basically a quarry. We have a quarry that is constantly running and is also pulling in stuff from the overworld, but is also pulling stuff from the Nether, which is fantastic. So I think with that, it's time to thank the supporter of today's video. And that huge thanks, by the way, is going to go to Z0223. Thank you so much for your amazing support, by the way, over on the Discord, becoming a Discord premium member and supporting me in honestly one of the best ways possible. Thank you guys so much. If you're interested in joining the Discord, discord.gg/ChosenArchitect, or you can also check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect as well. Guys, I would love to see you over there and hang out. It's a great way to interact with me, and I'm able to interact with you guys. I'd really love and appreciate you being over there. If I can at all possible, be over there. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Of course, I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.